what's up? It's me here, Bounty Hunter Bricks, and I'm here with the LEGO Star Wars 75293 ITS Transport set. This set retails for $100 in the US. It comes with, I'm going to meet it halfway and call it 3 figures and 1 buildable character. And yeah, let's get right into it as 932 pieces. So starting off with the supposed 2 only figs in the set, here we have Lieutenant Beck and V Marati, however you want to pronounce it. So obviously each character in the set is based off the Rise of the Resistance experience in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which you can find at Disney's California Adventure or Disney World Resorts, in Florida. So obviously, you can see that he is a calamari for Lieutenant Beck there. Pretty nice head. It is in the light gray color. It has that white printing there. You can even see the dark gray highlights that go up on his head there. Kind of like the highlights that Admiral Akbar has. You can see he has this olive green version of the torso that usually the Resistance officers were given. And he also has some brown legs and just a little pistol there. So he's actually a pretty good, well done figure. Vi Marati here has that very cool, I guess, dyed hair piece. And so I guess they took the hair, must have did something, and it got that nice crisp flow, like it's kind of fading away, and I kind of like that. It actually is quite crisp. I can show you what that looks like, and I don't think these guys have any other side prints, I don't think. Oh, I'm sorry, Vi Marati does. So she just have that angry face there, and I just want to take it for note. The torso is actually very cool. I like that they did it in orange. That's just a perfect outfit. And it has the Rebel logo there, some pockets, all that stuff. And, of course, she is one of the people who, I believe, just walked around the park, and it's just a little experience, but obviously in this time she doesn't. But that's it for them. So LEGO doesn't officially give this guy a name, but they just call him the R5 Astromech. But this is R5. I mean, he wasn't really given other numbers, but in the ride, he's just reported as R5 by Lieutenant Beck and all that. But yeah, and I think he's just a cool character. He's the dude that will be controlling your little fleet speeder that you're in. Tutorial on how to make that, actually, if you want to go see that. But anyway, he has the nice red prints. There is like a couple of them. So there's the blue, red, and I think there's the gold. So obviously, LEGO just gave you the standard one, which is the red here. Very cool. Nice prints and all that. And I think it's just a very well done droid. Last but not least, we have the Gonk droid. I have no idea, to be honest, what this one has to do with the attraction at all. I will say, though, that there are a bunch of Gonk droids just, like, lined up and, put in piles in the waiting area when you're trying to wait for the attraction. So maybe that's what that is a reference to. I'm not exactly sure, though. It is in the sand green color, and you can see that LEGO knows that this is technically a line here, and it spreads out. They just don't know how to do that yet, so that makes sense. And they do have a little tiny antenna of sorts on top, just a little headlight right there. Oh, and of course, it does have those feet that they've been doing for these guys, which is that, like, clip piece kind of one. But yeah, I think that will be it for the Gonk droid. Taking a look here at the shuttle or ship itself. So this thing is huge. To put it to good scale, that is just a little bit longer than maybe the AT-AT from this wave or the new 2021 X-Wing. So this thing, like I said, pretty big, not gonna lie, and it's actually quite bulky, to be honest. I didn't think it would be that bulky. And so if you're wondering what this is, basically, think of this as the cargo version of the Corellian Corvette. That's what you're going to be thinking of this as. And it has some nice building techniques, I'm not going to lie. The way they got this to work exactly, you know, it's just perfect. So I guess starting off, we'll take a look at this body section. So, obviously, you can see on the outside how it has this nice curve right here. We'll talk a little bit about that later, but here's the main body, door, and stuff like that section. So we'll actually take a look inside too as well later, but, obviously, these are the two doors here, and you can actually just flip them down, flip them up, do what you want to do there. There's quite a bit of space, so you actually can kind of put a minifigure standing there if you want to. So yeah, that's actually perfect. You can just close it back out. Oh, and there you go. It has this nice blue stripe. You do have some sticker details. Gotta make sure you line these up or else it looks a little bit weird. Especially try to get them as close as you can to each other. Makes them just look good. And I guess we can take a look at the engines too. Just a note as well, is the exact same thing on the other side. It's completely identical. But the engines are pretty cool here. And if we can just get a better look, you can see there is these big, large 4 engines. And it kind of reminds me of a U-Wing in that manner, but you can just see, you know, so obviously you do have to build 4 of these and 4 of these here. And then you're probably wondering, wait, why is there stud shooters in this part here? So on the actual attraction, you are going to be seeing, that you're actually going to be in this ship when you're on the attraction. And so there is the front window and the back window. So you can actually look through here in the attraction and kind of look at some stuff, you know, all that. And then a lot of people didn't know. They're probably like, oh, these are probably just extra thrusters or something. These are actually the cannons that you are given and you can actually kind of play around with on the attraction. So that's kind of cool that you can kind of do that to an extent. But yeah, I thought that was just a fun little feature there. The head is something that I just love overall. Obviously it has those currents just like the Corellian Corvette on each side, or not really, but like it just has those domed edges like that. It has this nice large big just space here. Here's the way to go in. Another sticker on over here, but I think that's a good one to keep on. And it just is overall, it's pretty rounded pretty well. And like I said, finally, I do want to take a look at this. This is just a great angle. I mean, the way they got this, which I'll show you here, they have a hinge here, right here. So they put that in. They have a little, you can see, thing there. And then also, they just have another clip here. And then that also kind of hides away this white part there. They could have used gray, because I know that they have gray. But still, it's okay. I think they're just trying to show that that opens up there. And actually, yeah, that is how you open it up. We'll take a look at that in a second. But, yeah, and that's a good outside and exterior look at this thing, and let's take a look on it. Inside, we already obviously know that you can kind of flip these down and stuff to open the doors, but for us, obviously, we got to change the angles here. So let me just bring the camera up close. So you just got to, These are actually hinged, by the way, which is amazing. And then you just gotta take that off, and you have some access into the interior. Now, you are gonna be a little disappointed here because there's not that much space in the interior. To be honest, I mean, I don't find it that disappointing. You do have a little bit of space there. Maybe you can even add a couple figures on the sides. They won't be connected, obviously, by, you know, studs or anything, but I mean, you can still do it. And we will pull out that crate because we'll take a look at that later. Yeah, I'm gonna see there's some studs. You know, it's just how it is, unfortunately. They did have to use a lot of Technic in this thing, and it actually is a very strong model. It's something like the Slave 1 that if you drop it, it's not gonna completely obliterate. I mean, it definitely will lose a couple parts, like probably something like this, but I assure you, this won't break, really. But, yeah, and that is it for the, I guess, cargo section. It definitely can transport cargo, so let's take a look at that. Cargo you receive is in this gray box, and you can just see you have some extra blasters that they give you, which is actually pretty decent. And you can just close that back up and put it inside. As you saw before, to get inside of here, all you gotta do is just lift it up, and you have a little space. You do have a console there, and to be honest, it's a little hard to see. Unfortunately, you know, you can't really show it on camera, but it's just a little bit of the outside. You can see a targeting system and all that. You can just barely see it, but at least they did put it there, you know, in the end. You can't put a single figure here. Kind of wish you were able to put 2 or something like that, but I kind of get it. Unfortunately, I just wish that you could put 2 because obviously you already don't have enough room to put multiple, or I mean, you can put at least 2 figures back here, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's about it for the extra pieces you receive in the set. Nothing really interesting, but you do get a whole bunch of studs for the, I think it's 8 stud shooters included in this set. So that's just that, you know. You just can use all these. If you want, you can store them in the crate as well. And then you just get this brick separator, of course. Just what they always do for larger sets or Technic sets. So overall, this is actually an amazing set. I think for $100, this is, I mean, a really decent scale. And I think people were mostly just, you know, they wanted the minifigures. They wanted more minifigures in the set. And I can see why they want that. But the set's not bad. Other than these little flaws, like right here where you can see some gaps and stuff, it is not at all a bad set. In fact, it's one of my favorites from this new wave, to be honest. It is actually just such a cool build, and the fact that I was able to experience it was awesome. Could it have used just one more minifigure? Absolutely. I would have wanted it to be Nyan Nub, or Nian Num. Sorry, I just don't know the name. It's the one dude who is in Return of the Jedi. But anyway, he's actually piloting this ship, actually in the, thing. So it would have been cool to see him in the set, maybe other than the Marathi, because obviously Lieutenant Beck, he was actually a big part of it, so, you know, why can't Nyan Nub be? So that's kind of my take on it, but say what you want. I think this set is amazing, and I think it's a 10 out of 10 set. It's just so creative, and the way they did some certain techniques is just, I don't know, it's just perfect. So thanks for watching, everybody. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.